Hello guys, welcome back to the Media Nights. My name is Ari.
And I'm Denise.
And today we're going to be watching Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I mean, this is a classic film. I've seen a lot of people suggesting this. We recently watched Paul.
Yeah.
I know, but there's a reference in there. Apparently, we completely missed it. And people were like, I guess you guys haven't seen this, so you have to watch this movie. And I got to say, we're looking forward to it a lot because we checked out the film. It's Steven Spielberg, John Williams already. That collab has me excited. As you know, they worked together in Jaws, which we thoroughly enjoyed. That movie is up there for us as, even though it's a shark movie, it's kind of a monster film, the way it's shot and the way it was executed. So we really enjoyed that. So seeing them both come back for this project has us thrilled. This film came out in 1977. We're also watching the theatrical version. So we're watching it exactly how the audience saw it back in the day in the theater. This has maybe some little tweaks in there that they've done with time, but no added stuff. I know there's a director's cut, there's a special edition or something like that. And I was like, you know what? We're going to stick with the OG so that we know when people are referring to this movie what they meant with more precision. So yeah, we're very much thrilled to see this.
Yeah, like I cannot tell you how long I've been waiting to watch this one. Just so you guys know, I'm obsessed with alien invasion movies, okay? Obviously, like things like Signs or something like that. I absolutely love it. I think it's such a fantastic way to analyze, the human condition when it comes face to face with something so much grander than us, right? Like something that changes your perspective on how the world and the universe works entirely. So that has me super pumped. And on top of that, you said John Williams, like I'm super game. Steven Spielberg, like the fact that this was in Paul, it already tells you so much. Like this is a movie that is referenced. This is a movie that laid the groundwork for other movies to come. And it's always so much fun to see like one of the originals, right? One of the first ones to do certain things in a certain way. And another thing that also is super exciting is because you mentioned Jaws, we have to name drop Richard Dreyfuss. What an amazing actor. We've seen him in Jaws, obviously. It's just going to be so good to see him back again.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Get comfy, get cozy. If you guys want to watch the full-length reaction alongside us with your own copy, that's going to be available on our Patreon. And if you want to watch these reactions early, make sure that you hit the join button and become a YouTube member. Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope that you enjoy. And as always, we'll catch you guys after the movie. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I wonder if they're going to explain what the first and second kind is.
Yes. Oh.
Nora Desert, Mexico.
Doesn't look like Mexico. There's no yellow filter.
Right. They're lying. Shot in a lot, and I can tell.
What is it? Are we the first to arrive here?
They're asking, what is he saying?
Fue una cosa que salió del cielo. Tiene una luz muy bonita, pero muy espantosa.
He's saying there was something in the sky with a very beautiful light.
Thank you.
I'm not a professional interpreter. My occupation is cartography.
There he is.
I'm a map maker.
A map maker.
Cool.
Combien de temps travaillez-vous avec nous sur ce projet?
J'ai été avec l'équipe américaine depuis que nous soyons rassemblés tous ensemble.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
They're all there! All of them!
All of them. What are they talking about?
What is going on?
I like the suspense.
Yes.
Everybody seems so excited.
They're making us beg for that reveal, whatever it is.
They were talking about the planes?
The ticket! Yes! 447 148!
They're trying to identify the planes?
447 149!
Jack, tell me something. What the hell is happening here?
Yes, that would be great.
Who flies crates like these anymore?
No one! These planes were reported missing in 1945.
Oh, wow. Is this the
What?
Lost Squadron?
Why are they here?
Where's the pilot?
They just appeared here? Oh, that is so cool. Didn't those planes get lost in the Bermuda Triangle? I remember reading about this.
How the hell did it get here?
He's asking all of the questions that are going through our minds right now.
1945, that would track.
Damn. Yeah, that's one of your favorite topics. So
That
this
is
is
insane.
really cool.
I actually researched this for one of the scripts that I'm working on. So this is actually right up my alley.
Dígame qué vio.
What did you see?
¿Qué le ha pasado?
What has happened to you?
Regardez, il est brûlé.
I can't help you there.
He says the sun came out last night. He says it sang to him.
Okay.
What in the world is happening?
That is spooky. So bright as the sun, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to make you look up, huh?
I'm loving the vibe.
Air traffic control.
Of course, they're going to be asking themselves, how the hell did those planes get there?
Right.
And an Allegheny DC-9 in your 12 o'clock position, 50 miles. Stand by one, I'll take a look at broadband of it.
They're looking at the logs.
The traffic's not lower than us. It's 1 o'clock now, still above me and descending.
Oh,
To tell you the truth, the target is rather brilliant.
a UFO.
Mm-hmm.
The traffic is turned. He's heading right for my windshield. We're turning right
What?
and
Shoot.
leaving flight level 350 now.
Oh shit. Oh no.
Yeah, they might collide with it.
The traffic is approaching head on, ultra bright, and really moving.
Oh, shoot.
Right by
That's
us right
fast.
now.
TWA 517, do you want to report a UFO? Over.
Wait, what?
Hello?
We don't want to report.
Aries 31, do you wish to report a UFO? Over.
Neither we want to report one of those either.
Wait, what?
I wouldn't know what kind of report to file, Center.
Wow. They just chose not to because they don't even know where to begin, huh? With what they saw. Also, I love that
That's
the
crazy.
choice to have them talk it, like have the characters talking over each other. It makes it seem so natural.
I love when they do that, and you only see that in movies like from the 70s and the 80s where
Yeah.
it fills up the room a lot more.
It feels less scripted that way.
Yeah. And they're having an actual conversation with each other, even though it's just background. Oh no.
Not the creepy monkey.
Bro. Why did I know it was gonna start moving? Please stop.
Oh, shoot.
Come again?
All the electronics going haywire.
Oh my god.
Where are they? They're nearby.
Everything in a collision, huh?
It's that light.
Please don't go check out the creepiness. Why is the door open?
Oh my god. Are they inside your home? Oh, that is so spooky. Okay, well, good to know they munch on the same stuff that we munch on. Oh, such a great choice to keep the shot on the kid and not see anything else.
Yeah, you just see his eyes move. You just see him smile.
Bill, do me a favor. What? Just go home, okay?
Yeah, she's gonna be like, what the heck are all these toys doing here in my room?
The Bar Association?
No, no, kid, come back.
You can see something moving up.
Oh,
I don't know if that's just a plane or...
they're in the middle of nowhere. This is full panic mode activated.
It's great that we see this too, because now we kind of have an idea, okay, they can interact with our electronics and they all go crazy,
Right.
which could explain why all those planes just outright disappeared.
Get over the Gilmore substation. We've lost the power up and down the line. There's a drain on the primary voltage.
Oh, looks like a lot of areas are losing power. Hey, Mickey D's. No more Big Mac for you.
Nope. You just see the red light in the distance move across the sky.
Oh my God, it's messing with everything. Big scale too, not just the small stuff.
Yeah.
I understand the system's failing. What do you want me to do about it?
Let it all
Jeez.
fail. Let it all fail. We'll pick up the pieces later after it's fallen.
The scale of it is insane though.
Supervisor's stuck in an elevator trying to run the show from one of them little bitty trouble phones. But I'm in charge here right now, and you're going to Crystal Lake.
Hey,
Hell
man.
yeah. Promotion.
Don't get creative out there, just productive. Remember, he's counting on you, and I'm depending on you.
This is chaos.
That's insane. That is a massive drain, dude.
They're getting calls from everywhere. Trying to fix this thing fast, but it just keeps on piling up.
Dude, I can't even imagine how freaked out they must feel. Damn it, Barry, where did you go?
No Reese's Pieces on the ground anymore. Not this time around. Nothing to follow.
Not phoning home on this one, I don't think.
Highway 90, a little familiar landmark of some sort.
Cornbread Road south of 20. Sodium Vapor Street.
Oh, behind you.
Ooh.
You're in the middle of the road, jackass!
You tell me where cornbread is? Turkey!
Could have been nice. Poor
Yeah.
guy's lost. Look at how dark it is, man. Ooh.
Well, it tells you a lot about light pollution, right? Like once you lose it on such a big scale. I keep seeing things moving in the sky and it's
I
freaking
know.
me out.
I wonder if that was intentional,
It has to be.
right?
It has to be.
I love that sense that they're building here the where is it, right?
F27.
Oh no.
M married 10 through M married 12. Okay.
When he moves it up.
1047.
Are you kidding? Another car?
Move on, man.
No.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh, that is sick. What a cool way to reveal that. The cricket stopped. The mailboxes?
Why are the mailboxes moving?
57.
Oh,
shit.
Yep.
Dude, get out of there
Oh,
now.
now I don't understand why he said
They're about to
the
probe you.
sun. Get out of your vehicle right now.
Dude, this looks fantastic.
Oh, I'm loving the practical effects. Are you okay? What the hell just happened? The silence is so haunting.
That is terrifying.
Yo.
Dude, it's
So silent.
gone completely dark, right?
And just like that, it's gone.
Oh shit. Oh,
Just his flashlight.
not gonna lie, that shit got me too.
Now I understand. Like, how do you even begin to explain what you just saw?
Dude. Bigger than a house?
Like a barn.
Yeah, what you just saw is real, man.
Yeah, and he's not the only one that saw it.
He's gonna keep.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to follow it.
That is extraordinarily brave and also a little stupid.
I'm really enjoying the directing here, man. The choice of having all those noises in the background, but you're not really fully aware of it until it goes quiet. It really sells that effect. Because once it was gone, it was like, whoa,
Yeah.
what the hell happened?
Because it makes you feel like you're just in this pocket of time, right? Oh god. Kid?
He's running in the middle of the road. Please do not get run over.
Why is there a random man on the side of the road?
Oh, that is creepy. What are all these people doing here? No!
Oh shit! Oh my god!
Are you okay? I'm sorry. I didn't even see him. He was just standing right in the middle of the road.
Off he is again. Oh my god.
Kid is like in a trance.
Yeah. What in the world?
Whoa!
Holy shit!
Oh, there's multiple. My god.
That's not a barn. Ice cream? Yes,
Yeah, these
kid.
are much smaller. Oh, that is tiny.
What is that?
I don't think you're gonna catch them.
This is nuts.
Yeah, this is insane. Talk about a work day. What are they doing here? I
don't
wonder.
know. They're certainly not shy about being seen by humans, so that's a little concerning.
Oh, well, not anymore.
Oh, no.
Ah. Oh.
All right, I thought it was going to be a worse kind of cliff.
Bye-bye suspension, though.
What a visual. Look at that. Look at how they're just breaking off. Whoa, what?
And the lights come back on. Yep.
I never would have believed it. There was this in the cab. There was this whole. There was a red wuss.
Yeah, so hard to explain.
Get up! I'm not kidding. Come on.
Is that an accident?
No, it's not an accident. You wanted to get out of the house anyway, right?
What about the kids?
What? Oh, the kids. I'll get the kids.
He's not even thinking about the kids.
Oh my god.
Oh, Roy, you're sunburned. Look at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
The light was that bright?
Well, they said as bright as the sun, right?
So it's not just light. It actually affects us just like the
Yeah.
sun does.
It was orange, and it wasn't like an ice cream cone. It was more like a shell. You know, it was like this.
Like a taco?
Yes, like a taco.
Did they leave anything behind?
Don't you think I'm taking this really well?
She is, actually.
No, he's completely distracted.
There he is. He's back.
Brought him back to Earth. Nope.
Nope.
And he's gone.
You okay?
What does this remind you of, Ronnie?
Are they for real?
Yep.
No, they are not for real.
Wait, why?
Roy, look, don't talk about this until you know what you're talking about, okay?
He's telling the truth, though.
All I want to do is know what's going on.
But nothing's going on. It's just one of those things.
Why doesn't she want to accept that it's real?
I'm going out there again tonight, you know.
Gonna become an obsession now?
What did he do? He was with us all night. No, too.
Ronnie, I won't have to go tonight.
Wait, what the hell?
What is happening? Who's she arguing with?
I can't believe it. Roy, you got fired.
What?
Why?
Yeah, this definitely also affected him mentally.
Like, I don't know if he's acting differently because, like, psychologically his
Right.
experience affected him or if they did something to him.
Right.
Because, like, what was the point of being over him and shining that bright light? Clearly, it did something to him. I am so invested, man. This is really good. And I love how they're taking their time, the pace to kind of explain how this could affect a normal person's life.
Hey, you came here too, huh?
Yeah, it's Jillian Geiler.
Yeah, everyone is just setting up shop here, huh?
You got the same burn.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Oh yeah, but you it's better on you. You got it all over at least.
It's a bit more even.
What happened? It's like the pillow, right?
Yeah, the shape. It reminds him of something? What does it mean?
Shaving cream, pillows.
Oh, the shaving cream as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when he
Mhm.
wiped one part of it off. Oh, can she see it too?
This means something.
Imagine trying to wrap your head around it.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? They're trying to communicate with us? Like, oh, they're coming back.
Oh, wow. I did not expect that.
So it is a pattern. They keep doing the same route.
I'm gonna have to re-ask the question that you did. What do they want? What are they after?
They must be looking for something. Wow. That sense of wonder.
Oh.
Stop and be friendly.
Oh, those are actual. God damn. Human planes?
It's a lot of wind. Yeah, it must be. Yep, a copter. Oh man, that's boring. That's no UFO. Puh, what are you talking about? It's a regular old helicopter. It's probably the government also looking for stuff, huh?
100%.
Any kind of clue left behind?
They're probably tracking like all of the sightings.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was 5 countries, so they got a lot of work to do.
Oh, great. We're cutting back to this. I was wondering what the correlation was going to be.
Oh, wow. We're all the way in India.
They're going to all of the places where the sightings were, I'm assuming.
He said, where did they hear these sounds from? Is he referring to, are they singing the same sounds or trying to imitate the same sounds they heard?
Wonder.
Because why would they try to record them is my
Right.
thought, right? This is clearly not some sort of normal thing they do.
Because the man in Mexico said that the sun sang to him. The
Right.
sun. So I wonder. Wow.
Fantastic. Everybody, without skipping a beat.
I want to share with you now the breakthrough that happened in India.
That's a breakthrough.
Kodai developed this sign to teach music to deaf children.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Teaching them how to communicate with the, so each sign is a note.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, understood.
Okay.
Cinquième, qui est le dernier.
I love the fact that the scene is also in French because you don't need to understand it to
Right.
understand it. Interesting. So they've got these 5 notes and they got the signs for them and they believe it means something.
104 rapid pulses.
Oh, it's a
Wait
code.
60 seconds and the whole doggone thing repeats.
Yeah, it's a pattern.
A message of some kind?
Has to be.
We've been sending out this musical combination for weeks, but all we're getting back are numbers.
Oh my God, how do you even start to crack it?
Excuse me.
Epiphany moment, please.
This first number is a longitude.
Their coordinates.
These have to be Earth coordinates.
Surely somebody has
There's a globe in the county supervisor's office.
Oh yeah, get that globe.
Let's see, where the hell are they pointing us to?
Wow.
So they're communicating with them already.
When you don't have like language as we know it in common, you have to find other ways.
So like these 5 notes is like the first step. That is so cool.
Yeah, the numbers and now coordinates. Now the question is, are we gonna go check out what's at the coordinates?
I mean, I would. We absolutely should.
Dumb, huh? But which way is the antenna pointing? Northeast.
Tell me it's Area 51. Tell me it's Area 51.
We're going to need a geodetic survey map of Wyoming.
Wyoming? No way. The kid he just knows?
Anyone that saw the lights, these things, yeah, they all got affected by it, like mentally in some way. It's like
they've got some data inserted into them without even knowing it.
Right.
I also love how the music, like how it plays a part into all of this.
Yeah.
Like those 5 notes.
Again?
The dogs feel it too. Oh, are they hiding in the clouds?
Dude, those cloud formations freak me out.
Oh,
no,
kiddo.
Honey.
They probably have the technology to form clouds around them, right? So they can stay out of sight.
Use it as some sort of camouflage?
Man, I won't see cloudy days the same ever again. I'll be like, are they in there?
It's like what signs did to cornfields,
Oh
right?
gosh, don't even get me started with the cornfields.
Wow, that looks incredible.
And they seem to always travel together.
Because the thing is, when you see something like that, what do you even do? Like hide, I guess.
This is
like,
yeah, a pretty natural response, you know, because you don't know.
Right.
Right? Are they friendly or not? Am I going to die from this encounter? Or it's fascinating how we can behave, right? When we do not understand what we're dealing with.
Well, I also love that we get to see. Oh no.
Cool.
We get to see how different people react differently to this. Okay. No. Oh my God.
Oh, that is such a cool shot. You just see them right there, literally at your front door. Just gonna let the sound do its thing.
Oh.
Come into the door.
No!
The kid is so inviting. Come through, man.
Oh God. Please close it, close it.
Oh, there it is.
Whoa.
Oh, what do they want from you?
I don't know.
Whoa. Wait, what? Oh, shoot. This is it.
I will never be able to listen to this song ever again after this. Dude, don't stare, just go.
Man, where the hell do you even go? They're right outside as well. Yeah. Me running away from my problems. They're not there. Just throw a rug over it. I don't see them. They don't exist. It's the 5 notes again. Oh.
Dude, everything is going haywire. What
chaos.
the heck?
I mean, that fog did give us some sick lighting, though.
I know,
Look at
I was
that.
gonna say.
That is amazing.
No!
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
Yep, kid is out. Oh, they took the kid.
Yeah, they took him. Holy shit.
So they could have done this the first night. So clearly they waited a specific amount of time, but the kid also changed and people have been affected. So I'm just...
I wonder if like the first time you see them is like how they prime you.
Is it true you're leaving the state to look for your son? Where would you start looking?
How do you tell people what happened, what you saw?
I mean, be as honest as you can be, right? It's going to sound nuts, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
Would you mind repeating it for the television?
It's very funny. I don't think it occurred to people.
Nah, she won't, because they're going to think that she's crazy.
That poor woman.
This is a flying saucer.
That's the one I saw.
Oh, so we're just
ripping off the Band-Aid.
Made in Japan and thrown across the lawn by one of my children.
Oh, they're trying to debunk. Got it.
I was gonna say.
To make a point that last year Americans shot more than 7 billion photographs. Where is the indisputable photographic evidence?
Right, that was the photography boom at the time.
Excuse me, sir. I didn't want to see this.
Yeah.
Right.
I saw Bigfoot once.
Okay, here we go.
We will never know if he's telling the truth or not.
Right. I mean, at this point.
He's like, this is going to make us look insane now.
UFOs do not represent a direct physical threat to our national security.
He's drawing it again.
The shape.
And we encourage you not to.
Oh, it's almost like an impulse. Like they've got to do it.
Right. Like he can't help doing that. It's like he has to kind of get it out of his brain on paper or in some other way.
We can do a survey of dams and reservoirs in the areas and tell them when one's going to burst.
They're trying to evacuate so that people are not around.
Disease? Yeah, epidemic. A plague epidemic. What kind of disease?
Yeah, they're trying to clear the area. I love that we get to see this too.
What I need is something so scary it'll clear 300 square miles of every living Christian
300
soul.
square miles. That's the amount of space they want. So, of course, they don't want the general public knowing about all this.
Right.
Not at least until they understand what they're dealing with. Gosh, now we're going to second guess everything the government says.
I know.
And we know, they never lie. So
no, at all.
So hard.
Never. The thing is, how do you even go on, right? How do you even go back to normal? I don't think there ever is a back to normal after seeing what you saw.
You got a new normal.
It's so interesting that as soon as he sat down, everyone kind of went quiet.
It's okay.
No, it's a shame. I guess he feels like he obviously can't talk about it, even though it's everything that's going on in his mind right now.
Yeah.
It's the only thing in his mind.
Well, she also made it clear that she does not want to get into that, right? Is it gonna?
I think so, yeah. Great framing.
Amazing. I love when
yeah,
they
just
do
get
that.
her reaction.
Focus.
Everybody just waiting, letting him do his thing.
Back with us?
No. Yeah.
Well, I guess you've noticed something that's a little strange with Dad.
Just a little.
This means something. This is important.
Feels like, that feeling when you're trying to remember something and it's right at the tip of your tongue? That's what it feels like they're experiencing.
And it drives you nuts. It's like a splinter in your head, right?
Yeah, it's like an obsession. They need to figure it out.
Yeah, he's just trying to recreate it.
At this point, just lean into it, right? If you can't avoid it.
Right, if you can't push it out of your mind, then...
Yeah, he just wants it to be done.
What is it?
Jeez, I'll be yelling at the sky too. He's sold it, man. They haven't had to over-explain it at all. It's just based on his performance and how obsessive he is. You understand.
Because that would be my question too, right? What does it mean? Because like you've shown your bright ass light at me and then you just disappeared.
I was expecting the truck to start floating at some point, but that never happened.
Thought it was going to be like a beam me up, Scotty kind of thing. Oh my God, look at the state of it. I love that you can see the Enterprise.
Oh, this is an epiphany moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yep. Ah, I see now why they were telling us about the reference in Paul.
Yeah.
That was the mountain in that film.
Roy, what are you doing?
What the hell, Roy? You're not helping your case, man.
The thing is that you can kind of understand both perspectives, right? Like for her, it's like she's trying to shield her children from seeing their father like this.
Roy, what are you doing?
Oh gosh, from the outside perspective, he seems absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
He really does.
Roy!
Oh shit, what the hell?
Oh no.
I mean, at that point, grab the shovel out of his hand.
I don't know what
If you just close your eyes for 5 minutes, just close your eyes and hold your breath.
No.
Everything will be really pretty.
Yeah, hold your breath for 5 minutes. Sounds reasonable.
I haven't felt this good in years. Everything's gonna be okay.
It's like he's going through a manic episode right now.
Yeah, he absolutely is. He's like, you can take the trash, but not the bin. The entire neighborhood is going to think he's insane.
He's putting it back, Mrs. Harris.
I'll pay you for this.
Take it. Take it.
I'm perfectly fine.
Man. He is determined to build this thing.
He's like, what else is she supposed to do?
But it's heartbreaking for him, though.
It's devastating, absolutely. Because he's just trying to show her, right?
It's crazy. You're not even dressed.
What? He said what?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Give him a chance. He seems like he's almost there.
Oh, damn.
Oh, she's over it. The entire neighborhood watching, too.
Dude, the silence. That's also something I never understand about people. Why are you rubbernecking like this? Why are you just staring?
Morning.
Everything is normal. I feel like the wife should drop off the kids, come back, and try to figure out what the hell he's going through right now. Like, try to understand.
Oh, yeah, they're going to get away.
You can just use the front door. No? Okay.
Man, they really scrambled his brain. Whoa.
Jesus.
That actually looks pretty good.
It looks incredible.
You and I have to have a little talk about Kim.
Yeah, he's literally building an entire miniature scale of the real deal. I feel like as soon as it clicks where it is, he's going to be relieved.
At the top of the news tonight, a rail disaster.
Mm-hmm.
A train loaded with a dangerous chemical gas went off the rails.
So that's what they're going with, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Surrounding area has been closed to the public for 3 weeks for renovations in the national park there.
I guess Denzel and Chris Pine couldn't stop it this time.
I guess this one really was unstoppable.
The danger will be over within 72 hours.
It's right there on TV, man.
Engineers and the chemical engineer.
This is so frustrating. Oh my God.
Once the toxic concentration is down to 50 parts.
Oh, dude, please look to your left.
Ronnie, what? Don't hang up. Just don't.
Is it really bad? Or she talking about the D word?
I really hope it's not the D word.
Please.
Thank God. Okay. I can't even imagine what state she is in. Losing your child like that.
Oh, yeah, she's had it rough.
Yeah.
Yes. In just a few minutes.
Yeah, look at them. They all know exactly the moment they see it.
I'm still curious about the meaning of this. Why is this what they see, right?
We will find out.
Please stay out of the area.
They're like, please, just leave the area. We really need you guys to go.
God.
Isn't it all going to be shut off, though? Like, no access for normal people?
There's definitely going to be like roadblocks and shit.
Yeah.
Gravel, local, and historic stage roads south of Cody, and as far.
Imagine this is how people used to have to do it, like with a physical map.
Yeah, no Google Maps here.
Like, I still caught some of that where you had to have physical maps.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Dude.
Yep.
Please come back to planet Earth.
I can also see where Super 8 got a lot of its inspiration now.
Yes.
With the whole evacuation sequence and whatnot. That is so cool.
You can see how far the influence of this movie went, right?
Wow.
I can see bits of it in
a
something
lot of
like
pop
Signs.
culture.
Yeah. Obviously like Signs, Paul, obviously. I love that this actually feels like a catastrophic moment, right? Trying to evacuate people.
Gosh, they make it look so real, don't they?
Yeah.
All this just so they can have the entire area for themselves.
Like, this is actually stressing us out.
Yeah, it's like a magic trick, right? They want everybody to look left while they do all their stuff on the right.
Oh, no! Yeah, she tried to get in, too.
Oh, that's a great choice as well. Just the wide shot, chaos all around them.
But it also shows you, like, they've become each other's confidants, right?
We gotta break through the fence.
Let's go.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, no need to explain what's going on with her, right?
Right, because they understand each other.
Yeah.
They're exactly on the same page. They're going through the same thing. At least they have each other in that sense,
Yeah,
right?
they know that they're not going crazy, right? It's like the one thing that can keep them sane is to know that it's real. little
cars.
off-roading.
The car's going through it.
You already know they can they probably just saw it for the first time in person, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Just based on their reaction alone, you just know.
Yeah, look at them.
Oh, shoot. There it is.
Wow.
Wow. I've never been this excited to see a mountain in my life.
No.
I don't believe it's real.
It's right there.
This is proof, right? Like all the impulses you've had, you weren't just crazy.
Oh, it better be worth it. I wonder what the hell that thing is then. Oh, shoot.
Oh, cat. Wait, is that horses?
Yeah, those are horses.
Oh.
I guarantee you, this whole thing is put on.
Yeah, I was going to say, her animals were just fine. So they definitely planted those.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, just
He's like,
to
I
be
guarantee
safe.
it, but you never know, man.
Listen, I think it's the right call. Better safe than sorry.
You might as well.
Birdies are still up and at 'em.
Of course.
Shit.
Yep. Oh, I love it how they keep up the appearances. Everybody's wearing a mask here. Oh, wait. The birds are actually out, too. What the hell is going on? Now they're making me question reality.
A lot of men in suits.
We have very little time.
Oh!
In coming here, you've exposed yourself to toxic gas. Well, I'm alive.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing wrong with the air.
Qu'est-ce qui vous fait dire ça?
What makes you say that?
I just know. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yep, the BS is not going to work.
You've been hearing a persistent ringing in your ears.
Presque agréable.
Mm-hmm.
Avez-vous des maux de tête, des
Okay.
migraines?
Having headaches, migraines,
Impulses?
and burning on your face and on your body.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you people?
Indeed.
Yeah, I got one just like it in my living room. Who are you?
Yes! He really does, though.
N'avez-vous pas fait récemment une rencontre?
Have you recently had a close encounter?
Hey.
Yes, he has.
Who are you people?
I mean, they're the men in black, in a way.
Mais qu'espériez-vous trouver?
But what did you expect to find?
An answer.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still haven't figured that one out.
Is that all you're gonna ask me? Well, I got a couple of thousand goddamn questions, you know?
Yes.
I never been here before. How come I know so much?
Yeah, exactly. What is going on?
Who the hell are you people?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I felt that rage,
Yeah.
man.
You need the answers, and you know that these people know more than you do. So why
Yeah.
are you being kept in the dark when you're
Yeah.
the victim of this issue, right?
'Cause
Totally understandable.
Right, because this thing has taken over your entire life. This
Yeah.
is the only thing that exists for you right now. And it has to mean something. It has to be worth something.
The desperation of also not knowing if you're ever going to be able to go back to normal.
Right. Oh.
All of them are the same.
Oh. All of them in one vehicle. That's either very good news or very bad news.
Right?
That's my
They're
thought.
going to get rid of all these people. Yeah.
Wow.
All the people
Yeah.
that saw them firsthand. It's crazy. They only took the kid, huh?
This is a small group of people
Qui ont eu la même vision en même temps.
who have shared a vision.
Exactly. And they didn't know each other before this event. At this point, they're the key to figuring out what this all means. It's going to prove his theory right.
The army is getting us out of here because they don't want any witnesses.
Exactly.
Go for the mountain!
Oh!
Oh! Make a run for it.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Just go for it. Because at this point, you know they're not being truthful with you. So why trust them?
I mean, the thing is, you're so close. It's literally
They're
right there.
At least these other guys want to know the answer as much as they want to.
Mm-hmm.
My name's Neary. Larry Butler. How you doing? I'm doing okay.
All right, guys. Come on, come on, come on.
Dude, John Williams has this magnificent talent to just induce this sense of wonder that just makes you
Right.
smile as soon as his music kicks in.
But also how
Makes
to...
you feel what they're
yeah,
feeling.
but also like how to make it very sinister when it needs to be.
It's mysterious.
And yeah, and the combination of both even sometimes. It's incredible.
Can you imagine how scary that must be going against the government?
I can't even imagine.
When you get to the top, there's a 300-foot drop straight down. Get down!
He just knows.
I never imagined that. In my painting, I only painted one side.
There's no canyon in the doodles that I made. Next time, try sculpturing.
Yeah, it gave him a whole 360 view of the mountain.
That's great because like they both tried like painting it and he was like, no, like once you have the 3D.
It wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the most realistic
Yeah.
model of it.
Get down!
Yay. Oh no.
Just crossed that thing!
Oh no, buddy.
Not quite.
He's gonna go straight to sleep.
Don't look back. Come on, come on.
Yeah, they don't have time anymore.
That is so upsetting, man. Imagine you're this close. Careful, careful, please.
They left the mask behind.
Oh, come on. This is so frustrating.
Come on, move it. Move your ass. Come on.
She's like, let's freaking go.
Oh, it's now or never.
Ah, come on.
Nice, nice, nice.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
You see that?
Oh, yes.
Good. Is it on?
Whoa, what the hell?
What the hell is this?
So this is where they set up, huh?
I don't think we could ask for a more beautiful evening, do you?
Is that a landing strip?
Yeah,
what is going on?
That's what it looks like. Oh, wow. All those dots you thought were stars in the sky.
Oh.
So that's what shooting stars are? That is so cool. Yep, they're coming. Right behind you.
Dude.
Guys, can we talk about how awesome the visuals are? This is 1977, man.
That is insane. Ooh, there's a little one.
Oh, man. They're here. What now? Contact?
Oh my God.
What a sight.
The thing is, right now, you don't know if, like, what their intentions are.
Yeah. I mean, if they wanted to attack, they would have done it already.
Right. They don't seem hostile, so.
Tang. Go. Up a full count.
Oh, using both the light and the sounding combination. Yeah, and they know it's just so familiar to them.
You don't know what it is, but at least you know it means something.
And for her, it's like, dude, my kid was playing that.
Yeah.
Allez, allez, on y. Let's go.
Allez, allez.
Oh!
Oh, whoa.
It worked.
Imagine being the piano player hired for this job.
Oh, wow. What a light show.
No, don't leave.
That's it? Well, at least they were able to record everything, right? Now they get to decode that and see what they can crack what that means. Ooh.
The clouds again. So eerie.
The not knowing if this is good news or bad news. Ooh. Yeah, it's talking to whatever's in the clouds. Oh, they're coming back. Oh, there's more.
Oh.
I love how they each have a very distinctive and different shape, right?
Different shape, different sizes.
My goodness. How many did they call?
What is this?
Oh, that's a bunch. Wow.
Dude.
Now that one is the size of a barn.
I am so mind blown right now, dude.
Yeah, see, they don't even know how to behave around it. They're like, what do we do? Do we duck?
Right. I mean, I
Do
would
we
probably
run?
just stare at it like an idiot.
Barry's not here, and I'm just not ready.
Oh, wow. She'd rather stay behind.
Oh.
Ooh, okay. Gosh, whatever it is, it must be huge to be making that sound. Oh my God. It's bigger than the thing. Oh.
Look at the design. This is so freaking cool.
That is so just awesome. Great job with the design too. It looks so not from here,
Yeah.
you know, obviously, but
oh yeah.
he's like, I'm out of here, man. I'm not gonna stick around and find out.
I mean, if her kid is gonna be somewhere.
The 5 notes. You guys are gonna need a bigger runway.
Yeah. Very nice.
I mean, that is as close as you can get, right? Whatever you guys did, it worked.
They established some kind of communication, right?
Yeah, they took it as an invitation. Oh, it's communicating.
Oh, wow.
Oh. This is so intriguing, man. Communicating with music?
The universal language.
Also, I wonder if John Williams did all of this because that would be genius.
It has to be. It sounds...
That is so cool. They're teaching humanity how to speak with them.
This is incredible. I love that this is the turn this took, because I was wondering if they were going to make the aliens hostile, but no. But what are we saying?
Who knows, but it sounds...
incredible.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
No way! The OG Easter egg.
That is such a cool reference. Little shout out to Jaws. Oh, doors are opening.
I'm nervous.
I gotta say, the movie has done an incredible job at building up this moment. Like, we've been right there with the main character.
Also, I love that everyone is so taken, they don't even give a shit that there's 2 civilians right among them.
You're right. Yeah, there's something moving. Those look like people, though.
They look human.
I am Claude Lacombe.
Those look like pilot jackets to you?
They're the Lost Squadron.
Wait, a debriefing.
Harry Ward Craig, Captain, United States Navy.
Oh, from all around.
Captain, United States Navy, 0434311. Disappeared off Chicken Shoals, Flight 19.
Flight 19.
Wow.
Good to have you back.
They're like in a state of shock.
They haven't even aged.
There you
Einstein
go.
was right.
Einstein was
Right.
probably one of them.
Right, time moved differently wherever they were.
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
But as a little...
I think that's
Oh,
him.
is that Barry?
Yeah.
They even have a dog. They
He even
kidnapped
took the dog. Well, he was pretty lucky, all things considered.
Yeah.
He didn't spend that much time with them.
I mean, everyone looks fine.
I just want to know that it's really happening.
It's really happening.
I saw you going up in the air. Did you see me running after you?
Yeah, it was absolutely terrifying.
So they just essentially were like, here are your humans back.
They must have done it for a reason, though, right? Were they
Yeah.
studying us? How do you even explain this to your family once you come back, right? For the ones that have been missing for decades.
Dude.
Oh, there's more? A sequel?
What now?
No way.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Poppy, is that you?
It kind of looks like it. They're coming out and saying hi. Oh.
Whoa.
That looks different. It's like a spider. I love it how we can't really get a good look at it because of the light.
Where did it go?
Wait, what? Oh, wow. Whoa.
Oh, we have...
Oh, those have big heads. These are different.
They're little green men.
What do you do with all this information, man? Just so eerie. It's kind of spooky.
But they also look kind of cute. They're so small.
Yeah, but
Poop this dude.
no, not in this case. Not until you know for sure. Oh my God.
That is incredible. Wow. The lighting is such a smart choice because it makes them look more otherworldly.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also a great way to hide.
Yeah.
Oh.
They
My
look kind
God.
of weird. But why did the other one look so different then?
I don't know.
Like the leader, I guess?
Or maybe an adult versus how they are when they're small.
Grant these pilgrims we
Oh, wait, no way. Are they gonna try to board the ship?
I think so, yeah.
And he's going
with them.
too.
It's like a student exchange program. You take some of the humans, we'll take some of the aliens, and, we'll get to know each other.
A little Erasmus.
Yeah.
It's casually.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they're probably
Oh my
fascinated.
God.
They're probably as fascinated as we are about them, right?
They seem friendly.
Wow.
Oh,
Hear
that's-
it as part of the score.
Yeah, it's so beautiful and heartbreaking at the same time.
Man, his kids will never know what
Mm.
the hell happened to their father.
I was just thinking about that. That's so heartbreaking. Wow. Oh yeah, is that gonna work?
I guess we'll see. Whoa.
Wow. Oh, was that a smile?
Yeah, it understood what a smile means to us. Yeah, what else can you do but try to process?
Yeah. Like low key, it's very emotional.
Oh man, who knows when is going to be the next time they stop by with these people? Will they ever?
Right. Wow.
My
man.
God. It almost looks like a city, right?
Yeah, it really does. Skyscrapers right there. I guess space scrapers in this case. That's stunning.
Oh, the genius of John Williams to include that. Wow. That's it.
Dude.
I love how they still leave us with so many questions. Off it goes. Hey, man.
Wow.
A huge, huge shout out to both John Williams
Yeah.
and everybody involved with the special effects here.
What a beautiful movie.
Yeah.
Like this, like story wise, but also aesthetically speaking.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, he did fantastic. Imagine just standing there watching that thing slowly leave our planet and still wondering, like, is this really happening?
Yeah, because like all you can think in that moment probably is like, what the just happened?
Yeah. Can you imagine the 5-note thing is like, can we kidnap 20 humans? And we're like, yes, you can kidnap 20 humans. Here, take them. And we don't even know what it means.
No, it
They're all,
actually was
happy.
like, no, it actually was, can you hear me? How about now?
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Simply wow. That was an experience, man. That was one of those movies that I really did not expect this to be this different, but now I can see why it has such a big influence in all the movies that came after it that deal with the same topic. I have to say, the thing that stood out to me the most about this movie is how music becomes its own main character in the film, and how these 5 notes become this big mystery that we are slowly uncovering and slowly starting to kind of understand how it works. Yet the film never takes its time to explain what it is.
Right.
We kind of have to connect the dots and assume it's some sort of primitive language for us to kind of bridge that barrier with the aliens. And then in the end, you have that amazing sequence where that, I guess, mothership, right? I can only assume it's the mothership, that massive ship comes down, and it's the only one that has the lights to communicate back. And then we essentially establish some sort of communication, but the audience is never let in on what it means. It's up to our own interpretation, but they let the music move us. The film does a great job at just taking its time and let the music do its thing. And it's so funny because music is such a universal language, isn't it? It doesn't matter if it's a different language that you do not understand, or, you don't really know what the lyrics are saying, but you let it move you, and you let it, and you let it alter your emotions, and you just have to allow it to do its thing. And that's what the movie did with the score and with the music and these 5 notes. It just, don't try to understand it, just feel it. And whatever you are feeling, that's probably the best way. I mean, how effective is that, right? Like, you don't need to speak words, you just need to feel.
Yeah.
And I love that the film took it in that direction. It's so abstract, but in such a beautiful way.
Yeah, I actually love the connection that you just made between music and language, because that's very true. Let's say you are listening to music that's in a foreign language that you don't speak, right? You don't understand the lyrics, but let's say if it's in major, you understand that it's a bit more happier, a bit more upbeat. If it's in minor, you just feel that's a little bit more sad, right? Like, music is its own language.
It transcends time as well.
It transcends time, it transcends everything. And I love that was the tool for us to kind of reach out. And one thing that I really loved about this movie is the approach that humankind had to these aliens, and also the aliens towards us. It was curiosity. There was a gentleness to this encounter, right? And I love that this end sequence, these last 15 minutes, we really got to relish in the mystery, but also in the awe of this spaceship that's just here. And it was a peaceful interaction, and it it very much took me by surprise. Like I mentioned in the end that it got me emotional because nobody tried to like shoot at it or anything. Everyone was just kind of hesitant, right? Like both sides. Nobody wanted to freak out the other, but it was such a peaceful moment. And you know, the people that were taken over time, they were in good condition. Obviously, we don't know to them how much time has passed, right? To us, like for some of the moments, hours, according to Earth time, but for some, decades. Right? Like we saw the different outfits clearly from
other
different
periods
eras,
and stuff.
from the 40s and the 50s. And it's so interesting that even the way they were returned in good shape. You know, it's not like they were starved or covered in scars or probed or whatever, you know what I mean? And it just shows that curiosity to understand and the willingness to understand. And I think that's such a beautiful message to leave us with. It was curiosity.
Yeah, it's
And
more than enough.
yeah, I'm left a little speechless after this because the great thing is we don't know what was being said through the music. We don't know what those notes mean, but in the end you realize that it doesn't really matter, right? Because it's like you said, it was all about what you feel, and you could tell that these people felt safe and everyone felt safe in this encounter. And this is just that movie that leaves you like staring at the wall for a good few minutes being like, whoa, like what did I just experience, you know? And I love what they were able to accomplish, especially with that ending.
Yeah, it's definitely fascinating, right? It is, like you said, is one of those films that you're like thinking, man, what would I do if I was left in this position where I'm looking at it? And the movie does that so well. There's a sense of realism and groundedness to the reaction that everybody is bringing here. That's like, how can I possibly wrap my head around what I'm looking at? And you never do.
Yeah.
Like the movie, ends with the ship flying away, and you're still left fascinated by it, by, just looking at how beautiful it is, because it is a beautiful thing to look at. It's all these lights and colors, and you don't quite understand what it is. And that's so freaking cool that the movie allows us for just that 1 second to pull us into that reality where we believe it.
Yeah.
And this is a movie from 1977, and it still retains that magic, right? If you let the movie do its thing.
Yeah.
And that's the Steven Spielberg magic too, man. The combination of, John Williams' work and his work, it really stands the test of time. I don't know how they do it. It's just so damn effective, and sometimes less is more. And in this case, I think that is right on. They didn't explain all that much yet. We're left with that sense of wonder. And I haven't felt this way in a very long time, actually.
Yeah.
And it's not like we saw something spectacular for sure. But how many times have we seen UFOs in movies nowadays? You know what I mean? Like it's really hard to leave an audience with a sense of wonder, especially nowadays when you've seen something done so many times. Yet because this movie takes it so seriously and takes it so slow and allows us to build to that reveal, that moment where we actually get to sit down and stare at it without it moving and hard to see or hitting in the clouds. We actually just get to stare at it. It's earned, and it makes you feel like you're part of something special. And the music also works in tandem with that feeling. And I think just the experience of that moment, it still stands the test of time. And that you earn, the fact that you get to see it as much as the main character. And I love it that they take you on this journey, this mystery that is just so gripping, where you're like, this man was completely normal. What the hell happened to him?
Yeah.
And we know as much as they do. We do never get the answer as to what happened, but we can assume what we need to, right? Which is the fact that beam came down and it changed him in a way where he couldn't understand why he had these impulses. He just knew that he needed to get it done. He needed to get it out of his system, and he does in the end. And I'm so fascinated by the fact that he was almost in this trance-like state in search for this one answer. And I mean, we can all relate to that, right?
Yeah.
The feeling of being so close to something that you need to know.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that out of everybody there, he's going to get to experience all the answers.
Yeah.
All the answers he was ever looking for. He's got the opportunity to now go out and explore the universe, I guess, and learn everything about them, and hopefully someday come back to Earth and teach us all about their ways.
Yeah. And I thought it was so fascinating that we see him throughout the movie, and obviously what happens when the spaceship is on top of his truck, right? That changes the course of his life entirely. But the first time we see him genuinely happy with with a smile just filled with contentment is at the end, right? When he gets to go on that ship and he gets to go on this adventure, essentially, right? He, in a way, was so much more open to whatever message they were trying to give, right? They were clearly trying to imprint, in a way, this mountain, right? Or the Devil's Tower, I think that's what it was called. Like, and he was the one that ended up figuring out, oh no, actually, if I build a sculpture of this, I'll have a better idea, right?
Of where to go, yeah.
Of where to go.
Yeah.
And you can see his desperation, which was so heartbreaking, but also frustrating in the right kind of way, because we were frustrated with him. We were like, what does this mean? Because he was even asking, he's like, why do I know all of the things that I know? You know? And that is such a relatable thing. When something so astounding happens to you and you're trying to make sense of things and he does not have the answers. He doesn't even have the tools to find the answers. He has no clue and he's just a man stumbling in the dark. And finally, everything kind of clicks into place, right? It's one hell of a journey this guy is on. And in the end, you feel the same kind of sense of peace that he clearly does as he boards this ship. Because you're like, yeah, this is the right thing. This is what he was waiting for. And, you know, it's a shame that we didn't get a few answers. I'm a little bit jealous of him, but man, like the performance, like Richard Dreyfuss in this was absolutely impeccable. I have to say, every single beat, every single emotion he was feeling throughout all of this, the confusion, the desperation, the anger, the frustration, and then towards the end, the contentment, all of that, we were right there with him, man. He really gripped us throughout this journey and did not let go until the very end.
I also like the chemistry and kind of the camaraderie that Bob Balaban and Francois Truffaut brought to the table.
Yeah.
Like they were both so magnetic and so just in love with this whole thing that was unfolding in front of them. And they were the ones that were taking like the steps needed to kind of decipher what the hell was going on. And I love that, you know, other side of the film is to see like seeing the government on one end trying to figure out what are we looking at? What does this all mean? And then on the other end being like, yeah, you guys are going crazy. You're just nuts. This does not. What do you mean UFOs? Yeah, just lock down the whole place and just pretend that you're all going to die if you go there, you know? And I like that the conviction was so real. Right. And our main lead that he was like, I don't care what you say. This is not the truth. And I'm going to go there, whatever it takes. That was powerful, man. Like, you know, you see all, you know, anytime you hear like an announcement like that, like evacuate, of course, you're going to take the government's word for it. You're going to leave the area of absolutely. You're not going to, you know, wait and find out if they're telling the truth or not. Because, you know, if they're telling the truth, you'd be dead, essentially. So I love that, you know, that was a big way to up the stakes where you're just really at the edge of your seat, hoping that this man is right, regardless of, you know, how you feel. We need to make sure that you are on the money, you know, and that was really cool. I love the performances they brought again. They were so powerful and they really sold those moments. One of my favorite moments in the entire film is when, you know, Roy is driving and they finally stop, right? And then you just see both of their reactions as they look up.
Yeah.
And you just immediately know this is it. This is the moment where they finally get to see the real thing in front of them for the very first time. And I thought that moment was so impactful performance-wise. And then they just climb up that little hill and then they see the thing and then the music kicks in and it's just, oh my God. That is just the beauty of filmmaking, man. And in those moments, I did get kind of emotional. I do understand what you mean by that. It was just so beautiful in such a weird way. Like it's just a mountain. But like I said, I've never been so excited to see one in a film, you know, like it was such a big moment. I thought it was just done so well. And it's amazing what they were able to achieve at the time, you know, both with the visual effects and the score. It goes to show like you don't need to have a big third act climax where everything is exploding. You don't need the action. It needs to make sense for your story. And in this case, they went, you know, in a different direction that we don't see that often, which is what if they come in peace? They really do. They just want to share, you know, their culture with us and they just want us to learn something from them. And in this case, now I would hope that they have time to understand the language, you know, because they got to record it and clearly they were trying to teach us something. So I would hope that if there's ever a part 2, you know, in the future, us humans would absolutely have mastered the communication, you know, the art of music to talk to them and probably understand them better, right? But yeah, I am left with the same questions that I think anybody watching this film would be left with, which is, you know, why, right? Why are they here? I mean, I guess you could assume they're trying to learn as much as we are from us. What's the intention you know, where does this all end? Like, do we establish a relationship to the extent that, you know, we get to, like, we joked around, right? Do that exchange program, or we get to see where they come from, and, you know, other aliens get to stay here for a longer period of time. I mean, who knows, man?
Yeah, it's some big questions, dude. I think that's part of what creates that feeling of awe, right? Because, you know, we look up at the stars and you notice the shift for the characters where, you know, the sky, like, it's there, you know, and then once they see what they see, the sky looks entirely different. And, you know, sometimes you look up at the stars and you just wonder, like, is there anything out there? If there is, what is it like?
Why haven't they reached out yet? Yeah,
right.
All those questions.
Right. Have they reached out? The government has been hiding it from us.
Next time you're evacuated.
I'm just saying,
you might have an alien in your backyard.
Take off that gas mask and, you know, check it out. Don't do that.
This is not legal advice, guys.
This is definitely
not do it.
Legal advice. But in all seriousness, it's that curiosity that I think all of us have, and you kind of forget about it sometimes in your day to day because, you know, you're busy at work, paying the bills and all of that stuff, and you don't stop and wonder. But this is that movie that kind of forces you to pause. That's why I really, really like that ending. And I feel like you could break it down into two different forms of climaxes in this. The first one is when we first see the mountain, right? And then the second one, the actual finale, is obviously when we see the mothership. I love that they made us wait for it. We had to earn that. We had to stay with the characters, understand their journey, understand where they are in their emotional journey as well. And it's like when they climb up that little hill and that mountain gets revealed, it's a huge moment.
Yeah.
Right? And same with when you see the mothership, like that moment, it finally arrives, and you know, you hear whispers at one point, like there's something the size of a barn, right? And like, not that the smaller ships were not impressive, they absolutely were.
Yeah.
But I was like, that does not really strike me as the size of a barn. And then we saw the actual one, and I was like, God damn. And the design, the intricacies, and it was breathtaking, man. And I love that they made us wait for that. I love that they didn't push into like an extreme, crazy kind of finale where it's like explosions and stuff like that. It's actually very simple. It's communication in its rawest form, right? Because what do you do when you have two different beings with likely completely different ways of communicating? Maybe they don't even use their mouths. You know what I mean? We don't know. And the fact that something as simple but as powerful as music was the tool, and the way they brought everything together. You know, we heard those notes, we've been seeing the numbers, and then it all comes together, and you hear it with everything, with how the spaceships are shot, with how the music starts incorporating those notes even more, the way the actors, like even the extras, how everyone is just looking up at that in complete marvel. This was incredible. And I love that this is the path that they chose. Right. I love that this was the final decision when it comes to the script and in terms of how the characters were acting.
It wasn't the final decision. This was the first decision. And then I guess they decided to add some couple of stuff that maybe people were asking for. I wonder what the hell is in the director's cut. Let us know, guys.
Yeah.
If you've seen those cuts, like, did they add anything like monumental, or is this like good enough to kind of understand the gist of it?
Right.
Because I'm now wondering why, like, what else would they add or take away from the film? I think this is a pretty complete cut. I was happy with it. I'm left with questions, but I feel like those questions are probably there on purpose.
Yes.
So it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like a plot hole, if that makes any sense.
Right.
Where I'm like, oh, well, they forgot to explain this. I mean, it's clearly very intentional. Another thing that I really enjoyed was the use of excluding, you know, subtitles whenever our main character was not supposed to understand what the hell was going on. You only got subtitles when you were like in the translator's shoes, per se, who's the person, you know, he's the person that understands the language.
Right.
But whenever you were in Roy's shoes, who doesn't know a lick of French, we were left out. All we knew was like the body language, and you're stuck there just looking at people. It gave me kind of like that scene in The Godfather vibes, where it's like all you can do is kind of just look at the body language and look at the performance and kind of understand.
Right.
And again, it really goes hand in hand with the message about, that this film is trying to convey, which is
nonverbal communication.
Yeah, nonverbal communication, man. Sometimes you got to look at stuff that it does not involve our normal day-to-day language, right? And in this case, they were able to make us feel like we were the outsiders by utilizing that technique of artistically removing the subtitles for us to not know what was going on. Same happened in the beginning with the Spanish, right?
Right.
I love that, man. I think that is so clever, such a great way to foreshadow something as massive as a mothership by the third act.
Right.
It is just so damn cool. I love the way that they, introduce us to the mystery in the beginning in that desert, and everybody's like, oh yeah, the sun, and it was singing to us, and you're like, what the hell does this all mean? And then they see the planes that just appeared out of nowhere, and oh gosh,
and in perfect condition too.
It is just so gripping, man. It is so good. Another one of my favorite sequences was in that house when the little boy gets abducted.
Yeah.
Hell yes, man. The lighting was superb in that. We were talking about you were like, well, I wonder what that fog is and stuff. And I was like, I mean, from a story perspective, I don't know. But from a practical, I'm like, this is going to give us some badass lighting. Yeah. And then sure enough, seconds later, we got that wonderful shot of those orange lights.
And the blue.
Just coming through the window. Yeah. Oh my God. I mean, just visually stunning, visually incredible, and just such a joy to watch, really. Like the practical effects and everything involved in that sense were top notch, and they still hold up, which is incredible, really. I mean, how many times can you say that a movie that's almost 40 years old, probably more than that, more than 40 years old now.
It is.
Sorry,
Don't say
guys.
it out loud.
I'm sorry. I'll cut this out for you guys out there. But it's been a minute and it still looks incredible. And I think, I mean, of course you can point, at holes in this movie and say, oh, some of it looks dated, oh, this and that. But you're missing the point, man. You got to let it do its thing. Let the movie magic take over and just enjoy it. Because just the knowledge that they were able to do something like this back in the day, and it's just amazing. Stuff like the older Star Wars films too. Like you look at those things and you're like, dude,
true.
The amount of genius that it took, right, to bring something as incredible as a story about space. Yeah. The story about space, in the last years of the 70s, and to make it look that great it's incredible. It's really, really cool to see. And it gives us more of a sense of appreciation as to how far we've come from then. Like now we got hyper realistic looking, special effects where the lighting looks incredible. The reflections, now ray tracing. It's insane, man. And who knows how things are going to look 10 years from now, even. Like the technology for this stuff moved so fast. It's so close to hyper realism right now. I mean, it is hyper realistic at this point. I'm just wondering, what are movies going to look like in 30 years?
Yeah.
We might look back and be like, wow, we've really come a long way.
Yeah. Because the thing is, in the moment, the best that you get is the best that you've seen. So it's the best that you can imagine.
Right.
But how do you imagine past that?
Oh, it happens. It happens all the time with video games.
Yeah.
Like I remember playing PlayStation 2 at the time and being like, oh my God, this looks incredible. And now you look at games now and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This really looks incredible. And now you look back at those games that you used to play when you were a kid and you're like, I thought this looked amazing.
Yeah.
This does not look like the way I remember it.
Yeah.
And it happens all the time, right?
Really
like
does.
we look at something like a special effects even from the early 2000s and it's like, oh my God, this looked really good at the time. I don't remember it looking this plasticky sometimes. And you realize how our mind plays it plays tricks on us.
It does.
Where you are able to kind of jump that gap and just, the suspension of disbelief, but also like, whatever. Yeah. It is the best that they got, but at the time it really felt real. And I have to say, this movie is, it's been quite a few decades and it looks great, man. I wonder what were the techniques that they used behind the effects, just because they are the old school way of filmmaking. And I just want to know what the process is. And I wonder if they still use some of those techniques in the industry.
Right. And like we mentioned in the intro, this is like one of those movies that really was part of the foundation of what we use today, right? Whether it's with the story or other visual ideas, like just watching this movie, there were so many moments where I was like, wow, that shot right there, I swear I've seen that somewhere before. You know what I mean?
Framing and stuff.
Yeah, there's some moments where I couldn't quite place it. I know I'd seen it before. And that already tells you so much, right? Like these people were at the frontier and I have so much respect for that. The great thing is when you look back at some of the movies, it's like when you watch a movie that you used to love as a kid, right? I always look at it as, wow, like considering this was however many years ago, they did great. They did great for the resources that they had.
Yeah.
Right? Whether it was technology that was holding them back or it was, a budget issue for the movie, whatever it was. And I think that's the magic of movies, I think, we all kind of forget that childlike magic, right? Where you can just look at something and just be taken away by it. I think that's why we have a character like Barry in this movie where, as an adult, you have adult fears, you have adult concerns, but as a child, all you see is pretty big lights, Toys, exactly.
Yeah.
And, we forget that sometimes. And as adults, we kind of overanalyze, or we're like, oh, no, but why? Like, what are the answers? And then as a kid, you don't really need answers. As a kid, you just you understand that you just need to go along for the ride.
You go with the flow.
You go with the flow. And I think this movie is such a great way to show that. And I think Steven Spielberg absolutely killed it with this and with E.T. And it's so wonderful how it really is about showing kindness and curiosity and wanting to understand, reaching out to understand. And it creates such a wonderful, it's such a new feeling. And I think movies kind of need to bring that back.
It's the optimism.
It is the optimism.
That's what it is.
We completely lack that nowadays.
We are way more cynical now.
So much more cynical, like in my head, there were certain moments where, and I'm like, oh wait, no, suspension of disbelief, where I'm like, there's no way. Like, I'm like, people would totally do this at this point. And I'm like, actually, no, this is not delusional. No, this is not silly. Cause like, you want to have that faith in humanity, right? Granted, there are some people who prove you wrong out there, but most of the time I feel like I can't think of a movie in the recent years where it's like, oh yeah, like the aliens are friendly and the humans are friendly. And we just kind of try to get along,
right.
You don't get that a whole lot. And the fact that you get two movies like that essentially almost back to back within the same decade or so, I don't know, man. I think we need to bring that back a little bit. I think that's why like something like Paul is so pleasantly surprising.
Super 8.
Super 8.
Another one of those that had that, clearly emulating a lot from this.
So much.
Now I can see it in hindsight because I attributed a lot of those factors that we saw when we watched that. It reminded me a lot of like E.T. because that's what I knew, group of kids dealing with, a thing that's not from here.
Yeah.
And, but now I can see a lot of like the evacuation and a lot of other things. I'm like, oh, this was such a massive tip of the hat.
You can just tell, everyone is like J.J. Abrams, haha, lens flares.
Yeah. A couple of times
I'm just saying, like people like to shit on it. It looks fucking cool. Okay. It looks awesome. And in moderation, I think
that's where the problem lies. Yeah. I think it looks great. Like, what is it called? The anamorphic lens flare.
But I mean,
I like the look of anamorphic. Like it's basically a lens, right? That makes everything look widescreen, but it looks really crisp and you have really good depth of field. So I'm sorry if I threw a lot of technical shit at you, but just trust me, it looks really, really nice. It gives you this artifact that is whenever you have a light source in your image, you get this amazing lens flare, which you've seen a bunch of times. If you've seen any movie that J.J. Abrams has directed, you
and
get
like
them
a blue streak as well. Yeah.
So, those look great, I think, but like you said, like you really do have to use them in moderation. I think they were huge in the early like 2010s. Like circa 2011, 2012, everybody was using it and it was like
some Michael Bay-esque movies as well.
Yeah, everybody started using them and now I like cinematographers nowadays that know how to give us a crisp image, but still like dirty your lens tactfully, I would say. Like when you introduce specific elements that make the frame a little bit dirtier and it's not that clean look that's so popular nowadays. Everything kind of looks the same.
Yeah.
And it's so boring. Even the color grading is kind of boring. There's no creative sauce to it, and I have to say, I have to really shout out Greg Fraser, I believe it is.
Oh,
he's a cinematographer for Dune. He does a great job at doing that for modern films.
Yeah.
He really is able to give us a vision and something that feels unique. And anytime that I look up who the cinematographer was, his name pops up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this guy is doing something right. Anyway, all that goes to say Steven Spielberg and the cinematographer here and everybody involved in the visual department did such a great job. This movie had it felt like it had a personality and it like you could feel the message leaving the film's experience, and it feels like we experienced something all together. And that really is very rare nowadays sometimes with films where you get to watch the movie and it does entertain you and you have a good time and then you kind of, it's over and then you're left with the same that that you had when the film started. This was not like that. This is something that I feel like I get to keep and it's special and I learned something from it. Even though I don't understand it, it's cool. It made me me feel something, and I enjoyed that.
I feel like this feels like you said, when you have something, you get to keep it. It's like you being able to actually buy a DVD instead of just streaming it.
Right.
Or instead of you actually buy the book, the physical copy, instead of reading it on a Kindle. There's nothing wrong with either. Like your preference is your preference, but there are certain things that the tangibility of it is just different. And, you know, as I was seeing the lens flares and this and stuff, you know, again, that's another moment that I got very emotional, because it's like, imagine, you know, as Steven Spielberg, I mean, I don't know the guy, but like as the years went by and he's watching stuff and then he sees what he did and someone else takes it and tries to make something out of it. Imagine that feeling, right? Imagine
all the homages,
all the references, so many things just essentially quoting you, right? You even threw in a Jaws joke in there where like, you guys are gonna need a landing pad. It's like, it's incredible. Like the passage of time is amazing. Film and how it's grown, how it's changed. And the thing is, like, I can already tell you 20 years from now, people are going to reference movies and shows from nowadays, right? Oh, like, man, 20 years ago, they used to do it so much better. It's like, we're always just looking back.
Nostalgia, right?
Nostalgia. I mean, it's wonderful, but also it stops you from enjoying what's right in front of you. And I think it's all about the balance. Right? You need to learn how to appreciate and love the past. That's why when we watch old movies, like, I never look at it like, ugh, that CGI did not age well. Like,
I used to be that way.
I used to be that way too.
Before we
for
even
sure.
began to work on this channel, like one of the big reasons, and I've explained this before, if you guys have seen the Real Rejects podcast, we had an interview with Greg and you know, he asked us about that. But yeah, I used to be the type of person who was like, oh, no modern special effects. Ew, I don't want to watch that. If it had a 1990 something or before that date, I did not want to watch it. I was a kid, you know, and I thought, you know, older films wouldn't impact me the same way that the stuff coming out today was impacting me. And I couldn't have been more wrong, you know, and I gave a couple movies a shot and I really, really enjoyed them. And that's actually how the whole concept for this channel came to be, where it's like, oh my God.
It's been a journey.
I actually love these stories, and they're so gripping because guess what? They don't rely on the visuals as much. They really don't. They rely on the human experience that all of us can relate to tell a story. And that is the core of a good story, which is what we've lost in a way. Not to really crap on movies today. I think there's a lot of great movies out there and we've always had this conversation, but if only we can combine that grounded writing, that human, you know, connection, that the human nature to build your story, right, in your narrative, and combine that with the visuals of today. Oh man. That's when you get the movies that are freaking amazing and you're like, holy shit, that was a great film to watch. Yeah. And that's what we got to strive for. And I think we're, you know, we come and go. We have years, as always. We have years where we get good films, years where we're kind of dead. There's nothing really coming out that's like incredible. And then we get years where it's like back to back, really, really good stories and films out there. So I'm excited. And I'm kind of curious to see what kind of year 2025 is going to be. You know, we have a whole year ahead of us, you know? Yeah,
we are right at the beginning. And you said you get some good years, you get some bad years. And, you know, every once in, like, even in the years that are bad, you get some gems here and there that kind of pop up and that are really impressive. And, you know, some of the stories that are being told nowadays, they're still stories worth telling. You know, we still get gems, and I can't wait to see what else is out there, man. Like, that's the only thing I can say. It's the curiosity, right? Like, these movies that I always heard the name Close Encounters of the Third Kind, but like, I was never curious to look it up. I was like, what even is that movie? It sounds like, you know, like movies from the 70s and 80s for me were, you know, completely like 90s I could still watch, but like my interest was more like in movies from the 40s and 50s. 70s and 80s, zip, nothing. Absolutely nothing. And so this is amazing. Like the journey of discovering more and more movies and seeing what kind of stories are being told out there and the way that they're told and the decision making, whether it's, you know, visually speaking or from the storytelling angle. This is freaking awesome. This movie was absolutely amazing.
I agree. This was fantastic, guys. Thank you so much for recommending this. We hope that you guys enjoyed. And as always, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.
See ya.